First, I'd like to say that this bill, again, would reduce the number of signatures for designated petitions by 70% for the upcoming election cycle. Again, it would allow the candidates to organize their campaigns, print their petition, collect voter signatures while respecting the public health guidelines. This bill does shorten the period to circulate petitions by 2 weeks, 1 week at the beginning and 1 week at the end, March 2nd to March 27th. It changes the dates of filing the petitions to coincide with the last week of the petition period. And again, we did this to take into account of Passover. As we all know, this past year has been one filled with much tragedy and death, especially in our most vulnerable and low income communities. We cannot allow us as a society to create a situation where people are put in danger needlessly. We must minimize the interactions between people as much as possible, especially strangers. And democracy is this republic's core foundation, and free and fair elections and robust campaigning define us. We are in the midst of the second year of this deadly pandemic, and as last year, we lowered the threshold to get on the ballot and still maintained a strong and safe way to have candidates who so desire to get on the ballot. And we must do the same again this year. This legislation will keep New Yorkers safe during the pandemic. In March, the executive reduced the number of petition signatures to 30% of the statutory threshold. However, that executive order will expire in a matter of weeks. Unfortunately, we have witnessed a delayed vaccine distribution due to a shortage of vaccine received from federal government under the prior administration. Due to the delay in the vaccine, we do not expect to reach herd immunity until the summer at best, which will be after the primary. This puts us in a precarious situation. We are also in the second wave of the virus, and with a new strain of coronavirus, the future is unpredictable. So we must protect each other. We must follow sound medical advice. Again, the numbers for city council candidates would need 270 signatures rather than 900, according to the New York State election law statute. For Congress, candidates would need 375 signatures rather than 1,250. For state Senate, candidates would need 300 signatures rather than 1,000. And for Assembly, candidates would only need 150 signatures rather than 500. I ask my colleagues to join me in supporting this bill for the health and well-being of our state, fellow government officials, and aspiring officials and organizers. Democracy is so fragile, and as we have seen lately, so sacred that we must do everything in our power to keep it strong and vibrant, also maintaining health precautions. I believe we can be both protective of our democracy while maintaining proper health precautions. It is our hope that this pandemic ends speedily in our time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.